The NHL's Winter Classic is the absolute best tradition in hockey, and it might even be the best tradition in all of sports. But it almost wasn't a thing because in 2004, when Jon Miller pitched the idea to the NHL, they didn't find the concept workable. As you may know, hockey's roots go all the way back further than just the NHL. In fact, it dates as far back as to 1803 in Scotland. The Aberdeen Journal reported in February 9, 1803, that two young boys around the age of 14 were playing shinty, a Gaelic sport using a stick and ball, on ice when the surface gave way. The boys fell through and unfortunately did not survive. Anyways, since then, playing hockey outside has been a callback to the original roots of the game, and that's exactly why Jon Miller wanted to make it a tradition in the NHL. In the spring of 2004, as NBC acquired the NHL's broadcasting rights, the network was facing a New Year's Day programming dilemma. Over the years, the program had stepped away from airing college football games, which prompted the idea to utilize the New Year's time slot for an NHL game. Jon Miller, an NBC Sports executive, envisioned a game between the Rangers and the Bruins at Yankee Stadium to kick off NBC's new NHL contract in the 2005-2006 season. Miller then pitched the idea to his boss, Dick Ebersol, who was receptive but cautious about the league's response. He then presented it to the NHL commissioner, Gary Bettman, who turned it down. While the Boston Bruins liked the concept, the New York Rangers couldn't actually participate due to their lease with Madison Square Garden. Additionally, Randy Levine and Lon Trust of the New York Yankees were on the fence whether or not to host a hockey game at their iconic stadium. Despite the challenges, Miller remained firm in his belief of the idea and persisted in discussions with Bettman. When John Collins joined the NHL in November 2006, bringing his NFL background with him, he aimed to apply the lessons learned from football to hockey. His early meetings with the NHL commissioner Gary Bettman discussed the NFL success event calendar and how the NHL could follow suit. Inspired by this success, Collins and Bettman aimed to create a similar national revenue stream for the NHL. Then in 2007, Jon Miller and John Collins had a game-changing conversation about an outdoor hockey game idea that Miller had been pitching for years, ever since he first pitched it in 2004. Over lunch in 2007, Collins delivered both good and bad news. There was interest in the outdoor game, but only the Buffalo Sabres were willing to host it. Then in the summer of 2007, the Buffalo Sabres president Larry Quinn received a call from the NHL commissioner Gary Bettman, who proposed hosting an outdoor game on New Year's Day. The Sabres agreed to host the game at the Ralph Wilson Stadium, with the Pittsburgh Penguins as a potential opponent, featuring star player Sidney Crosby. With everything ready, the NHL was just worried about selling 70,000 tickets to the game. The tickets sold out in 18 minutes. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, make sure to go check out 99 Jersey. They offer great jerseys from all of your favorites like Clark Griswold and Happy Gilmore, and they even have some real jerseys like this Jim Craig USA jersey that they sent me. These jerseys are stitched to perfection and they are just so comfortable to wear. They also have a great throwback vibe that is sure to be a conversation starter. So if you're interested in high quality jerseys, make sure to go check out 99 Jersey. Their link will be in the description. The first Winter Classic was an absolute smash. It was exactly as Collins envisioned, a hockey game treated like a football game. The game itself was unpredictable. Colby Armstrong scored 21 seconds into the game, which would make you think it'd be a high-scoring game.
Here comes Crosby, shot by Campbell, and they score!
However, as the snow intensified, scoring opportunities diminished. The wind picked up and the temperature dropped, adding to the challenge. With the game tied at 1-1 at the end of regulation, the inaugural Winter Classic was going to a shootout. Alex Kotelik and Chris Letang both scored for their respective teams, but it was Sidney Crosby's shootout-winning goal that sealed a 2-1 victory for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Guys, I just watched Sidney Crosby come over the bench, and he just couldn't wait to get over. He's so excited.
If they can score here, Sidney Crosby brings the house down. He'll push it ahead to the blue line, now walking towards the net, comes in slowly.
The game on his stick right here. Score! Penguins win!
The Winter Classic became a huge success, justifying Jon Miller as it became NBC's highest-rated game of the season. The event's unique elements, from the snowy setting to the full stadium and the thrilling shootout, made it an instant classic and cherished New Year's tradition for hockey fans, all thanks to the Sabres' willingness to take the risk, and most importantly, Jon Miller's commitment to bringing this crazy idea to life. The success of the 2008 NHL Winter Classic led to the NHL scheduling a second one for 2009, held at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois on January 1st, 2009, matching the Detroit Red Wings against the Chicago Blackhawks. That game ended up having the highest American television ratings out of any hockey game in 33 years. 2 years later, the 2011 Winter Classic featured the two biggest names in hockey, Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin, as the Penguins played the Washington Capitals. The game garnered the highest ratings in Winter Classic history on American television and a 22% increase in viewership compared to the previous year, capturing an amazing 4.5 million viewers. The 2013 Winter Classic was actually postponed due to the lockout, meaning that the Detroit Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs, who were set to play, would now play in the 2014 Winter Classic in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which packed a stadium of over 100,000 fans. The Maple Leafs ended up winning 3-2 in a shootout.
He's over 500 in his lifetime, 8 for 15, trying to win it. He scores! The Maple Leafs win!
The 2018 Winter Classic celebrated its 10-year anniversary, with the New York Rangers taking on the Buffalo Sabres, one of the original teams of the event. This ended with the Rangers winning 3-2 in overtime.
Shattenkirk, a shot save, rebound, score!
The 2022 Winter Classic was the coldest one to date. The Minnesota Wild played the St. Louis Blues in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where it came in at a negative 5.7 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 20 degrees Celsius at puck drop. St. Louis Blues ended up winning the game 6-4.
Now Krug shoots and scores! 6-2, St. Louis. It's been a tough
Now, as
game
we're
for
moving into 2024, the two newest teams in the league, the Seattle Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights, are set to play at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington on New Year's Day. Now, there was a little bit of hate that came the NHL's way for putting these two teams in a Winter Classic because they are the two newest franchises and this event is all about hockey tradition. But I, for one, am not bothered by this, as I think it's a great marketing play for the NHL, and both the teams have absolutely sick jerseys. Looking back, the NHL's Winter Classic has become a beloved tradition in hockey and in sports. It started as an unconventional idea, facing its fair share of challenges and rejections. Thanks to the persistence of people like John Miller and John Collins, we hockey fans now have a remarkable New Year's tradition. From the first game in 2008 with its stunning snowy setting and a thrilling shootout, to the following classics being played at iconic venues like Wrigley Field and Fenway Park, the Winter Classic has won over fans worldwide. Its enduring popularity shows the power of creative thinking and hockey's outdoor heritage. As we anticipate the 2024 Winter Classic, we celebrate a tradition that has made hockey accessible to everyone and turned a bold idea into a beloved tradition.